All right, I haven't made a video in a long time, but I thought I would show or share some of the self bows that I personally made, and just kind of talk about them and different materials and kind of my journey, I guess, to making self bows. And so what type of materials I made them out of and what seemed to work and what doesn't. I also have some of the arrows, just some examples, some arrows that I use and have made as well. So to start off, this is my first bow that I made. It's like 70-pound draw. It's crazy big. I don't even know what wood this is. I got a little handle and an arrow shelf there. Anyway, so this was pretty cool. It's the first one I made, and then I thought I'd start experimenting. And so this is out of Japanese holly. I backed it with sinew and I put Type Bond 3 on it. And so this is not, the greatest wood by any means. It's just a rough bow, and I thought I'd experiment with it to see how sinew added strength. And so this is real sinew, not the fake sinew that you can buy off eBay, but like real sinew. And so I again did the same thing on this side as well. And so that works pretty good. I mean, typically the amount of sinew that I have on here adds about 5 pounds of draw weight. And so these are smaller weight bows. They're like maybe 20 to 30 pound bows. This one right here is one that I made very quickly. Obviously these I made pretty quickly except for the sinew backing. This one was really quickly. Again, I don't know what type of material. I think it's the same type as this wood right here. This is another little kid's bow. I have 3 little girls and I have a little boy, and so we go and we make bows together sometimes. So this is a small little bow, probably about 15 pounds. Here's another one as well. You can see it has some set already in it. These are not fire hardened. These are ones we just made on the fly. This one again is about 12 pounds. Now this one has some set in it, but I also kind of recurved the tips a little bit. I did back it with sinew, and this is about a little 20-pound bow. Again, this is white wood. It's not fire hardened at all. This one right here is an Osage piece of scrap Osage board that I used. Again, a lot of string follow. It's really thin. I did back it with sinew, and this is a 16-pound bow. And I got the fake sinew string here. And so my little girls like this one a lot. It's 16 pounds. This one is one I made, I guess, last week and with my girls. And this is an Osage. It's not backed with anything. This is a 32-pound bow. So you can kind of see there's a lot of similarities there. And it's not that much thicker than the sinew back bow, but it is a little bit thicker, a little bit longer, and I got some beaver fur in the string, and kind of decorated the hand a little bit. But yeah, this is a 32-pound bow. It's pretty cool. Girls like that as well. Now this is some Osage limbs, and so my Osage bows are not. I don't take off the sapwood. These are sapwood Osage bows here, and I think they work out really well. I use a natural backing. I know that's faux pas on Osage, but a lot of times I'll cut down limbs and not the entire tree, and I just use the limbs. And so this was an example of a limb, and this was one limb that actually split in two. And so you could see it had a natural split in it, and so I used that natural split. So this one actually turned out great. This one is about a little bit of a curve here that I can I didn't get out, but I can get out with heat. But this one is about a 30, it's long too. This is about a 35-pound bow or so, and the same as with this one, but this is kind of gnarly because there's this big knot here, and so I actually filled it in with epoxy so it would be stable. I put an arrow shelf in it. It actually works pretty good, not too bad. This is another Osage bow that I made. This is really cool. This is like one of my favorite bows. This is an Osage sapling bow. It's 45 pounds. I did back it with sinew. And what's really cool is that I keep it in this fishing rod case. So it just slips right in there. I have some extra arrows in there, so if I am hiking, I can just slide it in there and then string the bow up. But this is one of my favorite bows. Now this is a bamboo bow, and so what I did was I had 2 separate bamboo slats that I tillered. I add 2 ends on it, and this is pretty cool. It's kind of like a big horse bow. This is another bamboo bow, but I backed it with redwood, or red oak, sorry. Red oak, and I put like a little bit of a shelf there with a piece of bamboo. And this one right here, this bow is about a 50-pound bow, 55-pound bow. This one right here is a 45-pound bow, very short. These are pretty cool. These are my Juniper bows. I mean, I love the Juniper bows. If you can get them to work, they're awesome. But these typically, sometimes Juniper will shatter on you. But this is a really cool bow that I finished. And this is a 56-pound bow. And this is a 32 to 34-pound bow as well. So pretty cool. On this one right here, this was my short Juniper bow that's really cool. It's unbacked. This one is actually unbacked as well, but I did put True Oil on there, so it has a little bit of a sheen to it to kind of protect it from the weather. But this is, man, this is awesome. Again, this is about a 56-pound bow. It's really cool. I love the color variations on it. And so I did wrap the handle. I got some fake sinew right here. Have an idea where the arrow is going to fly at. So pretty cool. Now this one, again, one of my favorite bows, is about 32 to 34-pound bow, and it does have some string set in it, string follow in it. But man, it's awesome. It's very short. It's about 3 feet long, but it's really quick, and it shoots arrows really quickly. And so those are some of my bows that I made. Now, what I also want to show you is some of the arrows that I made. Now, these are some arrows that I made out of some Japanese holly that grow kind of like Yupon holly. The leaves look very similar, but they make you sick if you do eat the leaves. Versus a Yupon holly, you can make tea out of Yupon holly. But anyways, they have these shoots everywhere where I'm at, and so they're fairly straight. And so these are 3 arrows that I've made. Now, I've killed squirrels with these just with a blunt end, and so it's enough power to kill a squirrel with the blunt end, and a rabbit. I've killed both with these. And so I've wrapped, these are turkey feathers that I wrapped with real sinew, and wrapped the ends so the ends won't split. And so I have kind of a V-notch in this end, if you can see that. It'll focus. I didn't find that V-notches were the best, so I started off with these. I made them a little bit deeper, and then I went over and used feathers that I could purchase online, and I still wrapped them, if you can tell, with a little bit of sinew, and wrapped the back as well with the sinew. And so I did that, and you straighten them out with heat, and you can kind of see, I haven't shot these in a while, so they're not the straightest, but you can kind of bend them out and straighten them with heat as well. Okay, so here's some of my favorite arrows. I made these out of Rivercane, which is like basically North America's bamboo, what we call it. And so if you do that on these notches here, I marked one side obviously with a blue dot, so I know that side is the side that goes against the bow. But I wrapped it with sinew just to make sure that the cane won't split, because these are hollow. You can see that. The camera's having some issues focusing, but they are hollow. They're Rivercane. And I used the feathers because that's just the easiest that I can purchase, but I did wrap it in regular sinew. And I did make a set of these, but I also purchased them. They're very cheap. I filed one side down. They're very sharp. Again, I wrapped them in sinew at the tip, and people used to put pine tar in the ends, but I put hot glue, and it works just great. They're super light. They fly super fast. And here's another alternative. You can get some kid practice arrows, especially for the short draw length bows. And these are really light, and they're fun, and they're cheap. And so anyways, I wanted to show you that. If you want more information about these, if you want me to do a video on making these and how I make them, I would love to. Put it in the comments.